Welcome back, my name is Carrie, and today I've got another manufactured home price update. Every time I do one of these, I think, well, that should be it for a while. Prices can't possibly keep rising at this pace. And here we are. Don't shoot the messenger, but we have been hit with another factory increase. When I posted my last update, I thought prices were going to continue to rise, but I had no idea the next price increase was going to come this soon. Normally, we see one price increase for the entire year, but I officially forget what normal feels like because this is the 6th price increase of 2021, and we're barely into May. At this rate, we're looking at a little more than one price increase per month, which really does blow my mind considering I used to get annoyed when we'd get one in a year. Don't worry, it's not all bad news. The market for existing manufactured homes is even crazier, so if done right, buying new can still be an amazing deal in comparison. What I'm going to do is tell you exactly how much manufactured home prices have been increased, talk about the existing manufactured home market, and tell you a few strategies for buying throughout the rest of the year and going forward, so let's do it. I'm a bit late with this update. The official notice was released on April 28th and took effect immediately. The price of new manufactured homes from the factory that I deal with have gone up another 4%. That means if the house you were looking at was $100,000, it's now gone up to $104,000. $200,000 is now $208,000. Keep in mind, this is just from the factory I deal with. Different manufacturers are increasing their pricing at different intervals, so the home you're looking at may not have gone up yet. However, the builders are using more or less the same materials to build their manufactured homes, so if the home you're looking at hasn't gone up recently, it might be a good idea to lock in that price because a price increase likely isn't too far away. I can tell dealers must be getting somewhat desensitized to these price increase notices because when we first started getting them, they came with long explanations of exactly what was causing the increases and how it was affecting production and la 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 la. All this one said was, we continue to see steady and unrelenting increase in materials. It's short and sweet, and I kind of like that because there's no point in making me read an entire page of information that's essentially going to be the exact same information that you put on the last price increase. And I'm a slow reader, so it saves me time, which is perfect. The metric I've been looking at to kind of predict if or when prices will come down is the cost of lumber. Look at it. The cost just seems to go up every single day, and until that stops, I don't expect the prices to slow down or better yet decrease. Yes, there are other factors at play. We have massive demand, low interest rates, low inventory, and all that fun stuff affecting the market for existing manufactured homes, but I'm using the cost of lumber as my indicator as to when the prices might stabilize for new factory ordered manufactured homes. So when that starts to come down, I will definitely let you know, and we will see if my prediction is right. An interesting news story caught my eye the other day. The title was "Real Estate Sales Tactics Under Fire as Canadian Home Prices Spiral Out of Control." I clicked into the article, and to my delight, it was about a manufactured home. Long story short, a gentleman over in Ontario made a full price offer on a manufactured home in a park with no conditions and was told by the seller's agent that they couldn't accept the offer because they were waiting for more bids. A full price offer, and they said no. Where it really gets interesting is the price. The home was listed for $269,000, and from what I can see, it looks like it was built in the 70s or 80s. The home ended up selling for $312,000 a few days later, or $43,000 over asking price. The article wasn't so much about the price, it was more about the real estate tactic use of setting the price lower than you actually want to attract a larger pool of buyers, or essentially chum the waters and then hopefully get those buyers into a bidding war against each other, and in this scenario, that seems to be exactly what happened. What I was more interested in though was the price. Remember, the home was located in a mobile home park, so the $312,000 was only for the home on a rented lot. I couldn't find the listing to look up the park, but it must have been in an amazing location because that seems high even by Canada standards. A lot of people are under the impression that a manufactured home in a mobile home park depreciates in value, but from my experience, when you find an amazing location, a lot of times the opposite is true. Just yesterday, I got a comment on my channel that ties this video together perfectly. A woman who is also in Ontario put a deposit on a new modular in April for $183,000. 10 days after the deposit was paid, the dealer contacted her to let her know the house was actually going to be an additional $29,000. That's not a 4% increase, That's a 16% increase. She had already budgeted for the $183,000 house, which was at the top of her budget because she paid out of pocket $60,000 for land to put the home. Now she's trying to decide whether she should sell the land or wait until she can afford the home that's now $29,000 more than it was supposed to be. Obviously, I don't know the whole story, but it's certainly not a fun situation for her or anyone to be in, and paints a really good picture of just how crazy things are out there right now. Even though it's unfortunate, the rest of us can learn from this situation whenever possible. Get the price locked in when you pay your deposit, because it's really hard to come up with money after you've already set your budget. The silver lining for anyone out there looking to buy new is check out the price for the new modular versus the price of the existing 30-year-old manufactured home. The brand new home, even with the $29,000 increase, is $212,000, $100,000 less than the existing home in the park sold for. Why do we care? Good question. In this market, a good deal isn't going to be what we're used to, but they do still exist relative to what's happening in the existing home market. Because when you buy an existing manufactured home, you're paying a premium for the convenience. The gal that purchased the lot then went and looked for the home, was on the right track until she got blindsided by the price increase that unfortunately put her over budget. If she was able to continue on, she would have had a brand new home on a lot that she owned for less than someone paid for a 30-year-old home in a mobile home park that's leasehold. Even though new manufactured homes that are factory ordered or bought off the lot are increasing in price, they aren't increasing as much and are still a better deal than existing homes that are move-in ready. Another example is a home that I sold in 2019 that recently went for sale and has increased in price by 50% over what I sold it for 2 years ago. It's listed for $230,000, and from what I've heard, it already has an offer on it. One of the biggest roadblocks for people right now is finding somewhere to put a new manufactured home. If you can do that and find an empty lot in a nice park, you can save yourself a substantial amount of money. I can sell the exact same home that's listed for $230,000 for a lot less if someone came to me with a lot and just said, hey, I need a house for this lot. You're probably thinking, easier said than done. There are no vacant lots, dummy. And that's true. But what I mean by vacant lots is a lot with a house that's beat up and the owners are just happy to get something for it. A lot with a house that's had fire damage that the owner abandoned because they took the insurance money. Or a lot in a park that was added because the park had more space but nobody knows about it yet. These are the vacant lots that you need to be looking for if you want a deal in this market. Each one of those are real situations that I've come across and worked on in the last 12 months, so they do exist. Is it more work? Yes. Are you guaranteed to find something if you go out and look? No. But you have a way better chance of finding something if you go out and look rather than just waiting for something to fall in your lap. Drive through parks, talk to people, ask the park manager, and I think you'll find that there are vacant lots around. And if you do find one, you have the opportunity to potentially buy a home for thousands less than what they're reselling for. Always do your own research before pulling the trigger on anything, because every market is different and what works here might not be the exact same where you are. Manufactured home prices have gone up again. I think we're gonna see more price increases before things level off because builders are trying to bring more inventory to the market and building materials are hard to come by. If you're looking for a new manufactured home, the best advice I can give you is to go find an empty lot or a lot with something cheap that can be removed and then go look for a new manufactured home. If done right, this is a way that you can save thousands on a new home compared to buying something existing. That's all I've got for today. If you like manufactured home videos, make sure to subscribe to my channel because I've got new ones coming out every single week. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.